So once you pretty much have how a candle prints, you have to understand like how the next candle right after this one is going to reference this previous candle to print itself. So these are some very basic concepts. It has to do with the price range. Remember, a price range is set by what?
A low and
With the
high.
highs and
It's
lows, or lows to highs of
oh,
a candlestick.
And y'all are baller. Okay, good. So we have the low here dragged out. We have the high here dragged out. That is the price range of that first up candle, correct?
yeah.
Okay, so when you see the candle open here, do you see how it made a wick? It went down first.
Yes.
Yep, and went into the candle.
So if I were to make a line from that low to that high like this, this is a range right here,
Mm.
just like this. Low, high, price range, just like that, different format. Same data, different format. So what happened in the next bar, it opened and went inside. This is a inside move. What's it going inside of? It's going inside of the previously printed range, right? So where it closed and where it started, it's now reaching inside of the range. So right at that low here, it stops. And it begins to move towards what?
Towards the open price.
The open price right here. Now, a very important thing happens here. All of this looks like what?
Down.
Down. Exactly. Isn't pretty much the end of that down movement the best time to get in?
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Which is actually before this up movement, right?
Mhm.
So you really want to be conditioning yourself to see this as a buying opportunity, this downside right here. Have more emphasis on this side of it for buying because that's how you get the cheapest pricing.
Right.
Within the range.
Just understand the principle of buying something that looks like it's pointing down
Yes, sir.
for now. But obviously you have the HPE where you reference like at or below the 50% of the recently created price range. But this concept I'm trying to show you and emphasize is that you really want to be buying predominantly when things are moving down. And what most of the industry will teach you is how to buy patterns that have already printed up. So you're actually being taught to chase the market in worse prices than you ought to. And this I'm programming you to get in pretty much in a way that actually makes logical sense with what you're trying to do. Naj, you got anything to add to that?
No, honestly, it's pretty self-explanatory.
This is more like a continuation. Would you say a continuation candle?
Yeah, it's like
Continuation day.
it's like a continuation type of setup because the last range printed how? How did it print?
Up.
Up, right? It printed higher than
Yeah.
where it started.
Mhm.
So in this next candle, the concept of a inside to outside move is that it's a continuation type of setup. It's continuing the move that was just established. It's just going to keep on going with what it just did. All right, so that's the idea of there. So yeah, this is the move inside, and the goal is to go outside of the range. So you want to be buying inside of this candle range, and you want to be getting out of it on the outside part of it.
Right.
Over here.
Edgar,
Yeah.
I do have something I think to add from like a visual perspective.
Uh-huh.
Could you change this part of this wick red so you can see that it correlates to that?
Very good. Yes, that's awesome.
It's chill.
Honestly, correlating that so you can show that that's the same open price too is actually really good. And I know you called it something beforehand, like this is like body time or whatever. And that's what you're trying to take advantage of, that body time.
Yeah, so like at this point right here, this is what he was talking about. Right when the market passes this point, it's called body time. Why would I say that after this point?
Time to build body,
Of
That's
what?
when it starts building the body.
the candle.
Of this candle, yeah, because it got above that open price again. So see, there's a downside part of buying, and then there's a part of the move that's actually running up to its objective to create the other side of the range. So this is what I would call an inside to outside move. You guys want to see some very simple examples of this?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
watch this. I'll even just stay on the hour chart, and we'll just look back in time real quick. Look in this hour chart and look at this price range here. You see how the next candle went inside here?
Mm-hmm.
This candle printed and stayed inside of this candle's high and low, and then closed inside of its body. The next candle still opened inside of that body and held that body, and then ran out the high. So this is all like a 2-hour inside to outside move here. So now we got this range is new, low to high, body. What do you see here? Where's the low printing?
Inside.
Inside of what?
The previous range, previous
The
candle.
previous.
Inside of this candle's range.
Yep.
All right, so then it moves where?
Where's the outside?
Outside of the previous range. So then you got a new range. There's the high. There's the low. Here's the body. And here's the next open price here. What do you guys see?
Inside to outside.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if you're just building 1-hour candlesticks, if you position your buy order somewhere inside of this range and then you get out somewhere outside of it, you're literally seeing hourly trades if you just build hourly bars. That's how you would exploit the system on how it builds and prints candlesticks just by its design. You just literally take advantage of that. And then you have the clock, the timer showing you when these candles are actually due to print. And it makes it like really easy to triangulate where this candle is kind of going. So that's a couple inside to outside moves. Any questions on it?
Like moves that don't well technically they're still inside to outside, like moves that don't really go that deep into the candle, they just start off just like
Yeah,
just from the
that's just in a movement in motion. Like that's just like a bigger body being expanded out or something. It's taking
Mhm.
multiple days or multiple periods of that candle to expand that move out. So it doesn't it's not really flowing right now. It's still pushing and reaching in that kind of context. Any other questions?
Edgar,
Yeah.
I think I've also observed when it doesn't go that deep into the candle, it's simply because it already like established a range and hit a range that's already expanding out. So there's an inside to outside move happening within the candle already too as well.
It was a little difficult for me to follow personally.
I guess it'll make more sense when we talk about fractility.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Then.
I'll remember that to bring that up.
Perfect. Inside to outside makes sense though, right?
yeah.
There you go. That's a very simple like trading template already right there. It's an exoskeleton to your trading. It's a trading outline. It's a trading idea based on how the market already prints. I didn't even make it up. You see what I'm saying? The market is already designed this way. You just take advantage of it. Now, what's next? We have the outside to inside. You guys ever had a candle close like this?
Yeah, just kind of like like with that previous uh range you showed us with the down candle, um, with to the up candle. If you remember that, huh?
Oh, like earlier?
Yeah, the one that you, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I don't think it was in the recording though.
Looks like it's creating a high.
So if you look at the process, the candle process of this down candle here, look at where it started. And it looks like it went up first. It went outside of this previous trading range or price range. Right? It went outside. Then what did it do?
Came back in
It came towards what?
The open.
the open.
The open. And then at this point, when the market went past through here, thrusted through, what happened to the candle body?
It formed the candle.
What kind of body?
A
Down
down
candle.
body.
A down body. See, so it's very important seeing how that open price is being referenced and how like you're seeing the movement that's creating this high and how that open price is being referenced across time. You have to understand what's happening here. And like at what point is this body actually being generated? Because that's what lets me understand when the gas is about to go into the fire. Like I can actually read into when the market dynamics are about to change or come alive because of the timing factor and where it's at in terms of the overall candle printing process. Like at a certain time window, if I see a high was already left in play and we're a certain area around the open price of the day, then I already see that it's body mode. Like the market's about to create the body of that big giant daily candle. See what I'm saying? And that can happen weekly and monthly and quarterly and annually and everything like that. Whatever time frame you want to see. All right, so that's an outside to inside. So this market moves outside of the range and it closes back down inside of this previous range, typically inside the body in here somewhere. Any questions on that?
No.
All right, you want to see some examples?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, outside to inside right here. See right there, you have this up candle range, even the
Mhm.
previous one. See right on the high? It opened, went above, and closed inside of this candle. Then you have a move up. This next candle opened, moved outside, and then closed inside of the range.
Look at pullbacks.
Look at, you have this one. Opened, came outside of the range, and closed inside of the range. Right here. Open, run out the range, close back inside. Right here. We'll do that one later.
Yeah.
Open, run out the outside of this range, close back inside. All right. Any questions on outside and inside? Those are really worth it, like when you're looking at, daily and weekly outside and inside moves.
Frame or my question is, how are you exactly trying to take advantage of an outside inside move? Are you looking at it like at a H4 time frame or something? That way you would take advantage of it.
It's
On-
whatever time scale of the move you're trying to build. So if I'm on a daily chart and I'm trying to see how to build these candlesticks, well, it looks like, for example, in this day ran out the previous day high and then ran back inside of the previous day's candle body. So you can take advantage of the position that the market was in when it was out here to look for sell orders and look for exit somewhere inside of this candle's body. See, so that's at that point it shifted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably going to be in here somewhere.
Stabbed into it.
So that's an inside, and then if it comes out here, this is going to be an outside. There. But anyways, see, where is it? Yeah, and this example, when the market was on the outside, it would have been a good area to find a sell to close back on the inside for that example. And that was just a daily timing. So what if I did it for the hourly though? It just would have been like this for this spacing. Take advantage of that. And then I would have gone to say like something that's building this time frame. So like something within the 1 hour would be like the 5 minute. And I would try to take advantage of that movement within here. If I did it on the 4 hour, it's just a principle that I'm teaching. The principle is more powerful because you could do this on whatever time you want, is what I'm trying to say, bottom line.
And then too, Edgar, like with to determine those, and would you say that like those down days within an up movement can be determined like on a time of day basis? Like if you trading it like from a daily?
Yeah, like if the market is in a certain area within a certain time, then it's gonna do a certain type of move. So if you are in a 1 second. So if you're on the part of the daily candle that's on the outside part of the range, but in a certain time window, then you're most likely going to do an outside to inside type of move. Because at a certain time, that's when the market will generate the body and the price run. So if you're located on the outside of a price range above the open price at a certain time of day, then you're looking at an outside to inside move. And then vice versa. If it's still on the inside by a certain time of day and it hasn't stretched out yet, you're probably going to see an inside to outside move. So yeah, time of day really allows you to see where pretty much what kind of example it's going to take shape. So here's a down looking candle right here. This is the price range from high to low. Next candle opens. The concept is it can run inside the range and then outside. You're trying to get in a sell somewhere above the open price, somewhere inside of the price range. And then you're anticipating a run down below the low and you're trying to get out down there. See, if the market is like this and you're at a certain time and you're out here, the market will most likely be doing an outside to inside price run. That's when it does these type of closures. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And these candles are whatever time, weekly, monthly, 3 months, 4 hour, 1 hour, daily. But I'm just gonna teach from the daily perspective because we live day to day, and I'm trying to teach you how the day-to-day operations of a market work. But that way you understand how scalping works, how swing trading works. It all seeds from the day. You just got to understand how the daily activity works, and you'll be straight. You could build whatever you want.
Edgar, could you fully draw out like how you would on a line chart with what happens? Because I just did it on my own thing and it just like clarified something for me.
What, like this?
Mm-hmm.
Then low takes out the low and then shoots up. Comes back clean. And then are you
Now
saying
you-
that it'll continue up?
highlighting even that part as
Yeah.
a different color for like the ideal entry in this scenario.
Yeah, I usually do this.
Because as silly as it sounds, I would still possibly be trying to get entries like this in the past. Even though, I mean, technically it's still right, but we want to be buying the down candles. So like when I highlighted like this, is just a reminder to do that versus what I would normally do.
Does this drawing make sense to everybody? Outside to inside?
Yes.
Yes.
You ever seen setups like this? There's usually usually like a compression here. market reaches right below it and then runs it above. All right, have you guys ever seen a outside to outside? Usually the best outside of outsides I've seen are when there's obviously a small candle body involved. Like if this day closed small, you can anticipate for both sides of the range to get taken out because it's so small. The market's going to take advantage of that. So usually when the candle range is smaller, I usually see the outside to outside. Let's go, Mikey. All right, so it will look like this. It'll like run up. So this will all look up first. And then when it runs down, it'll leave the wick behind like this. And then past the open price, it'll turn into a down candle. You guys ever seen that?
I have.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, that's an outside to outside. Let's see if we can find one.
Finder hasn't added support for that with Siri.
What?
What?
That's what's up. This thing just heard my voice. I got a new computer and it's just like, I don't know, man. This robot is listening to me. It's crazy. What was I doing? Outside to outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There goes one right there. It did it to like a whole area. Like if you look at this area as a whole, this is the lowest point of this area. And then this one candle went outside of there, and this whole area of highs as a whole, this one candle went out of the area and out of the area. It reached to both sides. See, this one's a little less common, but there goes one right there. There goes one right here, same thing. But I'll just do it like this, outside to outside. This one did the same thing. Let's go to daily chart. This one did the same thing. This one did the same thing. Barely, actually. This one did.
Yep.
So what am I showing you? I'm showing you that it happens. This is like a real thing that reoccurs. Like all these are candle trading models that are actually happening. They go inside to outside, outside to inside, outside to outside, and then sometimes they stay contained within inside of the previously created range. I know y'all seen that before. This is called consolidation, the true consolidation. It just stays consolidated within the previously created price range. It's different than compression.
Wait, how is it different than compression?